Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda Accord. This is a 2.4 EX Tourer manual version. This particular car is registered DF12CYJ. Mileage at the start of the brief road test is 47,525 miles. Reason for the road tests is, as I say in all of them, we want customers to see the cars in operation prior to coming to see us. That way, if there's any issues with the vehicle, we can relay them back to you, and we do that. So if there's anything at all, then I will feed it back, as rare as it may be. The fact is now that the internet's making looking for cars a lot easier, but obviously clearly then that's fraught with the same problems that we have. If you go and see a car and it's got a problem with it which you weren't told about, it can be enormously frustrating. But anyway, back to this car. What I tend to do is go through the mechanicals of the vehicle kind of one by one for you, which I will do so. Worth pointing out, probably going to be the most biased road test you've ever heard in your life, because I absolutely adore these cars, but more of the reasons why in due course. Suffice it to say, the car's been looked after by Honda throughout its life, so it's got a wonderful service history. 5 services up to this point, all done by the Honda main dealer. It feels like it straight away. The engine starts instantaneously, absolutely smooth as silk, pulls brilliantly well, but just feels, the whole car just feels brand new to drive. It just feels incredibly tight. There's no warning lights on the dashboard relating to the engine or any other part of the car either. Engine feeds through clutch and into gearbox. Clutch is smooth, light in operation, bite points exactly where I want it to be, really nicely modulated, very easy to drive. If you're keen on your driving, like to do heel and toe down changes, pedals are perfectly positioned for that as well, and the engine responds quickly to a little blip of the throttle. They've obviously thought about these things, which I really like. Clutch goes into the 6-speed gearbox. A wonderful gear change. I can't feel any wear in the gear change at all on the vehicle, nor would I expect to feel it either. What that doesn't tell you is just the quality of the gear change itself is absolutely astonishing. It's got a really smooth actuation. It's all fingertip. You really just use your fingers to guide it home, but the quality of the synchro mesh is absolutely fantastic, genuinely second to none. So in terms of engine, gearbox, clutch, all absolutely spot on. Steering tracks absolutely bullet straight. There's no vibrations coming back through the steering wheel at all. It feels tight, crisp, there's no slack in it at all, and it's a brilliantly done steering system. Again, I'll talk more about dynamics in due course. Likewise, suspension of the vehicle. What I'm looking out for when I drive, or listening out for really, is kind of clonks and bangs coming from underneath, or little metallic tapping noises, which aren't always actually unsafe, but can just make a car feel a little bit old. This drives absolutely perfectly. Very smooth riding. It's got a nice nuggety, firm ride. It's not soft or wallowy. Its composure is quite astonishing. I don't know any car in its classes feels composed over all road surfaces, and even when driven very hard indeed. It's an incredibly capable car, but there's no noises coming from this car at all. Also, whilst driving at the legal limit, it's very quiet in here. That suggests all the seals, sunroof seal, windscreen, door seals are all in good order. Also, just checking the cruise control here. This one uses automatic cruise control, so it's got a radar controlling the distance between me and the car in front, and that's working exactly as it should. Really good system, works very well indeed. I'm not quite sure why this chap's decided to overtake exactly that point there. What are you doing? Oh dear me, never mind. Anyway, back to driving the car. Brakes on the car, rock solid brake pedal, absolutely no pulsing vibrations, anything coming back through the brake pedal itself. All feels solid and secure. Also, when you hit the brake pedal, it squats down lovely and straight and true. Just coming back more to the dynamics while I've got this little section of road here to do it on. Most cars drive pretty well these days, and in fact pretty much all of them do. What this car's got is a really mature feel to it. It's very comfortable, but it's its composure through the quicker corners which really gets me every time. It's sort of torrential rain today, unfortunately, so if you can hear me. But it's unflappable. You can drive for miles and miles and miles with just the smallest little inputs in the steering. It's nice and quick on the steering without being over quick. This corner here is a really nasty one, so it's got a little yump half through the apex, but carrying a bit more speed than I would do normally. Turn in, absolutely fantastic. It really is. It's a wonderful car. It really is. It's a real Q car. They're quick. Lots of the police forces use these, and you can see why. It's incredibly capable. The engine itself, it's just a stonking unit. VTEC, so it sings its heart out, goes on for absolute eternity. But you put your foot down, and it's just instantly going there. But with a lot more torque than you can normally give a Honda VTEC engine credit for as well. But it's the way it revs. It's so smooth, it's so easy. As I say, it feels much more like a 6-cylinder than a 4-cylinder when you're actually driving the vehicle. Looking around inside the car, in beautiful condition, absolutely beautiful condition. I love this interior. It's rare indeed to find, and it's very sought after. So you've got the lighter trim, so it does feel a lot lighter in this car. Most Accords will have a black interior, which is very nice indeed, but obviously it just can feel a bit oppressive, when everything's dark. This feels fantastic, but it's more than that. It's in wonderful condition. We've not cleaned it. The car's literally just arrived, so this is why I'm doing the road test now. So it'll be given the briefest of cleans because that's all it needs. Everything's working as it should. Air conditioning's pumping out lovely cold air. Quality of the switchgear is absolutely brilliant, and there's no wear on the buttons at all. But just a nice, simple, easy to use car as well. With the EX you get this lovely big sat-nav system which is fully functional, mounted up nice and high as well, so it's not too low in the dashboard, so when you're looking ahead your eyes just glance to it rather than taking your eyes off the road. But it's all very, very, very simple to use as well. Once you've mastered the main controls, and secondary ones become second nature very quickly indeed. But obviously coming back to the dashboard itself, everything's working exactly as it should. Temperature gauge running at 1/3, which is exactly where it wants to be on a Honda car as well. I can't fault this car. I can't fault it in any way, shape or form. If I've been really hard on it, sometimes you've got to take into account a car's used, it's on a few miles, so it's not going to feel quite as crisp as it did when it was new. I'm really struggling to find anything on this to report back at all. It's, as I said, I am biased. I know I am, so you can take it with a pinch of salt if you want to do so or wish to do so. But this is a hell of a car. It really, really is. If I've missed anything on the video, then please don't hesitate. Do give us a call, and we're more than happy to answer any questions you might have about this car.